gives us some things that we can really work on. And it's always good to play and people, with the bright lights or people in the gym that are normally not there to see how they're going to change based on that. Our shot selection wasn't great, so we're just kind of working on certain things from that scrimmage.
What have the last 7 months been like for you since?
They've gone by in a flash. Been awesome. I mean, I've loved every second of it and love the group that we're doing it with, both players and staff. I feel like there's real good cohesion between everybody. Now, minutes aren't real and the lights aren't on yet, so we'll see what that looks like. But feel like we have a great foundation in, and over the course of 7 months, a lot of good things have happened. Feel good.
What's the biggest difference between approaching an offseason as the head coach compared to an assistant on the staff?
A lot of stuff going on between your two ears. Like, your brain just doesn't shut off. You're always thinking about, talking about, discussing how to improve the program, how to help the players, how to function as a program in the best way possible to help you be successful on the court, but also off the court, for the young women that we're lucky to coach.
What can you kind of lean on, is from these past several years of being an assistant to kind of help you as you go into that first year of being a coach?
One thing I'm going to lean on a lot is that I want people that want to be a part of this at BYU. And that's a big part of it for me, for our staff. We need to fit, everybody that joins us needs to fit this place as much as this place fits them. And I think that's a good recipe for great things to happen at BYU. I think you look over the course of BYU athletics and you see a synergy that comes about with teams that really align with BYU and the uniqueness of the place. It's not necessarily mean they won't be a member of a different faith, but they just kind of embrace that uniqueness. I think you saw it with Diego last year. You're seeing it with other athletes. But teams that have success are full of guys or girls, athletes that really want to be at BYU and do it at BYU.
First of all, two-part question, I guess. How challenging is that to find a high-level athlete that does fit? You said they need to be able to fit what BYU is about. Not only that, but then when you look at what the roster you currently have constituted, what do you see?
Yeah, there's things, some more documented than others, but there's things happening at BYU right now, the momentum, the vibe, whatever you want to call it, that as somebody who's been around for a long time, I thought I would have never seen in my time at BYU. There's people that are wondering what's going on in Provo. Starting to see it a little bit more, with the more visible sports. But there's people that want to come and be a part of this in their own way that maybe wouldn't have wanted to in the past. And we have. I won't go into specifics, but I think we have a couple on our team right now that want to be part of what's happening at BYU. That I think, if you would ask me 3 or 4 years ago, I would have said that there's probably not a chance they want to come be at BYU.
Someone like Delaney Gibb last year, when she came and had the freshman season she had, was that well above what maybe the expectations you guys had for her? And what can she do to piggyback off that this year?
We knew she was a good player and thought she could have a very good year. So I'm not surprised. I think to the level that she did it was a little surprising to me, but not far off, right? She had a lot of help last year. We have to replace the second, third, and fourth leading scorer. She's not going to surprise anybody this year. She knows that. She's been preparing for it, wants to take on that challenge, and look forward to a jump from her as well. And it may be statistically, but it's also going to be leadership-wise, how vocal she is, some of that growth of maturing on the basketball court and running the team as a floor general.
The team got picked 10th in the coaches poll.
Yeah.
How do you use that as motivation?
Yeah, we just use it as the reality, right? Like, there's some great coaches in the league. I believe we have the 5th most scoring back, returning scoring. Neither good nor bad. Here's where our league thinks we're at. it's up to us to show them where we're at and to continue to try to get to where we can be focusing more on some of the inputs more than the outputs, even though we have higher expectations than 10.
Where'd you vote? Can you
I'm not
release
allowed
that?
to vote
We can't.
for our team, so I would say that the way things shook out, rankings-wise, we probably weren't too far off as far as, when you look at some of the returning production or statistics, some of the transfers that came in, or the newness of some of the rosters, kind of to be expected the way it shook out. Now, at the top, they're filling the expectations there, and at the bottom, everybody that's not one is trying to outdo what seed they were picked.
Kind of building off of that, you've been around obviously for the first 3 years of the Big 12 for BYU. Just what's kind of the next step for this program that you want to see?
Yeah, next step for us is pretty much haven't done anything in the league in the first 2 years. We've been in a lot of close games. We've upset, a few ranked opponents, but we've never won a game in the conference tournament. We've never finished in the top half of the league. And so, there's just two right there that we want to strive for daily. We want to be playing late into the conference tournament and go to the NCAA tournament as a member of the Big 12. So.
What do you think this league has done for BYU women's basketball as far as recruiting, just the resources? How has it changed this program?
Yeah, I think it goes to, I think we have some players here that may have thought elsewhere without the Big 12. So it's elevated in that sense. The resources are there to be highly competitive. The game of women's basketball itself is just elevating all programs in this space. I feel fortunate to be a part of that, that tide rising. And there's a lot of factors in that, but it's great to be a part of the Big 12. It's great to be part of a game that's hot right now in the landscape of athletics. And for us who relative to some of the other teams in the league who haven't got the crowd that they, some of these other teams get, there's a pathway to increase all of that visibility to these athletes and the stories that they have to share with the world.